a temporary card, but then they're going to immediately have the number because they're remotely surveilling me. You know, they can see everything on my phone. They can see, what's around me, so they can see the credit card number. I'm very, very worried about that. But I guess I'll be ready for it next time. And I guess I wanted to warn other target individuals to really watch your bank accounts and everything like this. I've heard many times from other target individuals that thousands of dollars have been stolen from them. A lot of theft, a lot of fraud, stealing of credit card numbers and buying stuff. Because when somebody is a targeted individual and they're receiving electronic murder, where the people are murdering them, then they're set up for other crimes. They're like, well, if we're destroying this person's life, we might as well take money from them, make sure they don't have any money to spend, or if they need money, which I think these people, who are microwaving us are getting thousands of dollars. They're getting a salary for the year, and I think it's big time money for these contractors. So they're greedy, but I'm trying to think where I was going with that. This is just wake up, people who are not target individuals. Also want to make another point, I guess, to non-target, because targeted individuals, you get this, how dark things have become, how corrupt things have become, that there is a criminal cartel. The military-industrial complex and these corporations have started doing hardcore cult crime, like hardcore cult murder, deceit, stealing money, hurting entire families, like mutilating them, and they're working this cult murder and surveillance as a business. So the logical, I just want to give y'all some logic for non-target individuals who are like, oh, well, it's not affecting me, or you don't believe that this stuff is going on. That a business grows. So this has been set up as a business, like these security companies using these weapons, the manufacturers of the directed energy weapons, the training, research, and development, the advancement of these weapons is making a lot of money. This is a business. The surveillance and directed energy weapon business is like in the quadrillions. We're not talking hundreds of trillions, we're talking quadrillions. So it's a business where they're making money. They're making money selling data from what they're learning, from advancing the weapons and selling the weapons to law enforcement around the world. This is a huge business, and what the businesses do, I want to really drive this point home, because I've been involved in charities and other businesses my whole life. My nose is... Businesses are built to grow, and that's why this whole time from there were people who were targeted before 2000, but after 2001, in that area where 9/11 happened, more targeted individuals every year are grabbed in and pulled into this program. So if you're a non-target individual, if you're just a regular person, you're like, well, this just has nothing to do with me, you are a day away. You are a day away from being pulled into this program, because they're making so much money, and they're going to keep growing it as a business. Murder and cult murder, murdering people in their sleep, experimenting on their brains and their nervous system, traumatic torture 24 hours a day. As a business, they're going to keep pulling people in because it's making so much money. And that's why we're having so much trouble stopping this, getting people to really put the brakes on this, because there's so much inertia behind it. Money and technology. People are, their livelihoods are based on murdering innocent Americans, murdering innocent people around the world. These military-industrial complex, security contractors, people in the DoD, tons of research for universities. This is where their livelihood is based in. So they're going to keep pulling more people in. They're going to keep being more target individuals as long as these people get it. As long as these criminals, these are criminal acts, terrorist, acts by criminals that are growing and pulling more innocent people in. So I'm very agitated. I'm going to try and calm down. But I mean, this was like, it was close to $2,000 in fraudulent, fraudulent transactions. Thank God for Capital One for catching that it was a weird thing. And I'm going to have to go in and talk with Capital One. But this was definitely connected to my remote attackers. There's nobody that I've given my credit card information to. I haven't made an online transaction with my credit card in months. So this was obviously, part of this, remote surveillance and gang stalking. It was definitely. And I think my theory is that they didn't want to do it, like the contractors who were on me didn't want to steal money directly because they felt like I could trace it to them. I could trace it to a name or, something like that. So they sent out my information or gave it to other contractors, and it was in Minnesota. The up to $2,000 transaction was in Minnesota, and then there was like a couple of $100 in California, and it was all today. It was all on I guess May the 30th. Is it 30th? No, April 31st. April 30th. April only goes to 30 days. I don't know. Well, it was all on Sunday. No, all on Monday. I'm sorry, all on Monday. I'm losing track of the days, guys. I'm just, everything is rolling, and I have to look to see what day it is because the torture is just so awful. They're really concentrating on my head, my jaw, and my spine. And it's horrific pain and mutilation, which, I told you on the last video, and I don't want to depress people, but they're really going after me. I mean, they're really, they're tired. Like on the V2K, I'm getting like, we got to do this. I'm tired. We need to put this guy away. So what it seems like from the V2K, I'm getting a protocol of they want to brain hobble me and murder me, like severely mutilate and murder me so that I look crazy and they can put me somewhere. I think this has been the case, through the entire time, but it's been hard to recuperate and get my energy back and put myself back together because it's been so many years of brutal murder. Many years of brutal murder where my body cannot take the murder. Electronic warfare. Please, people out in society, please wake up. The information's out there. Romola D reports. I just want to say she's a warrior. She's getting information out, important information. She's a real journalist. Dr. Horton and Ella. There's so many people out there getting so much information out about this. I don't think our problem is that the public doesn't know about this anymore, because I'm looking at YouTube videos from targeted individuals and I don't see any comments where it's like, I don't think this is happening. There's maybe like 1% of comments that say like, I don't see how this could be happening, and this seems like something else, but then the rest of them are either people who know about this or people who are directly experiencing it. And the numbers of people who comment about directly experiencing this are scary, scary numbers. So this is being done to millions of people around the world. We don't really have a good litmus for how many people exactly are experiencing this around the world. I think that a lot of people have this technology in them, nanotechnology, nanoparticulates, implants, things like that. That maybe aren't being directly targeted, but it's making them suck in electromagnetic frequencies, and it could cause cancer, heart attacks, strokes, embolisms. All right, guys, but I kind of was about to not make a video till later because I'm extremely agitated. And I'm thinking that I might have to not use a credit card, because when I get my new credit card, the remote surveillance, the remote surveillors will immediately have that information. And that's another thing I want to convey to normal people out here. Targeted individuals understand that these people have all of your information immediately. They have all your information. They can look at your emails. They can look at any transactions, credit cards online. You know, they can even just see stuff around you that you're looking at without any, with just their remote surveillance. So I want to convey that to non-target individuals. Once I get this credit card, they will immediately have those numbers, the expiration date, the little code on the back, because they can surveil things around us immediately. I just want to, I mean, that is like, I may not be able to get a credit card because they may just try and give it out to somebody immediately. Me having a little bit of money saved up and built up for my used car is where this came from. They're very scared that I might be able to do something with that money. So I'm going to try and catch my breath here. I know this is, I don't want to freak anybody out. I'm in kind of a freak out mode right now, and I'm just like, how do I safeguard myself? I mean, I'm being brutally murdered when I sleep. Brutally murdered. I do want to mention that just a small thing that I was trying to do is in my condo, I got one of the flyers that Terry gave me, and this was just a small thing. I went and I posted it on the board. It's just a regular community board. And both days the first day I went and I posted the flyer about directed energy weapons and targeted individuals, you know, because I want people in the condo where I live to know about this, so they will not get involved with gang stalking, so that they'll know about this, and if it starts happening to them, because they're just pulling people into being attacked by these weapons, to advance these weapons, training, research, and development on mind control or mind direction technologies. It's the biggest business in the world. It's the biggest business in the world. The most money-making business right now in the world is directed energy weapons and remote surveillance. Now, mark those words, everyone, targeted individuals and non-targeted individuals. The most money-making business in the world right now is what these security contractors and the DoD are doing right now. What DHS is involved in, an NSA, collecting data through surveillance, and also training, research, and development with directed energy weapon technologies and psychotronic weapons. This is the biggest money-making business in the world. But I went and I tried to put flyer on just the community board. That day it was taken down. So what I did was so the next morning I went out to walk my dog, and one of the homeowner association people, an older guy, who told me, because I was just trying to explain community harassment. My neighbor's been harassing me for months and months and months, and I was trying to explain this to him, and it was an older gentleman, not the head of the homeowners association, but he's on the board, and he said, "That's not happening to me. You know, that's not happening to me," which is just like, then that the logic of that is that women don't exist, that black people don't exist, because this is an older white guy. His logic means that nothing exists that he hasn't experienced in his life, which is a dumb, stupid logic. But I walked out the next morning, and it had been taken off, and that guy was gang stalking me. It was like 5:30 in the morning. I was coming back in from walking my dog, and the guy and I'm pretty sure that he took it down. He literally was gang stalking me and had taken it down the day before. So we're dealing with some very huge retardation, where an old guy like this is like, well, we've got to watch this kid and patrol him because he thinks that directed energy weapons and gang stalking exist. So he's participating in gang stalking, not making connections at all. So we're dealing with that kind of retardation on the side of civilians who are involved in this, who may not be directly involved with the directed energy weapons. So that day, immediately after he gang stalked me, it was like in the morning, I went ahead and I put another flyer up. And this is just a small thing that I want to do to let people in here know. So if they're asked to gang stalk me or do anything like that, they'll know that this is going on. It was taken down that day. So, You know, and I didn't put another one up. I'm going to try and figure out where I can put it up where they're not going to take it down. But people who are gang stalking actually take those down, disregard